Okay, so a lot of the Friday nights, let me go back here. We start with the alt nostril breathing, which we will start again with tonight. There was once a student of mine who was becoming a teacher. Many of my students have become teachers, but she asked, why we had to do this weird hand thing and go back and forth. Why couldn't we just go like this, is what she said. And the answer that, well, I'm not sure if I was guessing or not, but my teacher in India that taught me to do the alt nostril with the arm up also taught me to count with the other hand. And it's actually very complicated, and I was never able to actually do it perfectly because you were supposed to be able to bend at each joint. So each joint would be a count of three, and then your hand would represent an entire like numbering system of whatever that added up to, so you wouldn't forget how many times you're doing something, because sometimes they're done specifically. If you watch me tonight when we do the core work, you'll watch my left hand going like this until I'm on number 5 and I have thumbs up. You'll see that on every video we do, because I'm counting to make sure that while I'm teaching and doing everything, I'm not forgetting how many I told you we do. So that is why, and I'm sure there are other reasons, but let's start again with the Deer Mudra, which is pinky ring finger up, these 2 fingers down, the middle finger and the pointing finger, and then the thumb up. Kind of hard to do, but then this is like a light variation on like trying to count with each joint in the finger. But anyways, we're going to take the knuckles that are bent here and stick them into the third eye. Hard to do with glasses on. We're going to close the left nostril. We're going to breathe in through the right. We're going to close the right with the thumb, and then open the left, breathing out through the left. We're going to breathe back in through the left. Closing both, opening the thumb on the right. Flowing out, back in through the right. Closing out through the left. Back in through the left. Closing out through the right. In through the right. Out through the left. Again, in through the left. Back out through the right. Couple more, in through the right. Out through the left. And let's just breathe in now all together. We're going to hold the breath for a moment and then breathe out through the nose. The rest of the breath tonight will just be in and out through the nose. Another thing that teacher told me is a lot of people teach that alt nostril like this as well. And he said teach it like this because you want the clean, you don't want the old air going out and the clean air coming in without being obstructed by your hand and breathing back in your garbage breath. Well, we're going to stay sitting down, and I'm going to go back so that you can see me. We're going to cross the legs a little bit, or turn the feet in at least. And we're going to put the right hand down with the fingers pointing away. And we're going to keep the arms straight on the right. Left palm faces the sky. And then we're going to come up and over, long straight line. Keep the right arm straight also, so don't bend down into it even if you feel flexible on your side. We're going to look up through the elbow to the ceiling and breathe here, just our normal in through the nose and out through the nose. And if you want to restrict the throat, you are welcome to. I'm going to try to go real slow tonight. We'll see how that works. Good. Let's switch the hands. Left hand down, fingers pointing away. We'll keep that arm straight. Right palm faces the sky. We'll come up and over. We'll look along the elbow to the ceiling, and we're going to breathe again in through the nose and out through the nose. Nice and easy. Continue. Good. Back up to center. I sneak a few Kundalini poses into this night. We're going to put the hands on the knees with a nice straight spine to the crown of your head. Think of a flashlight on your head. We're going to draw a big light circle on the ceiling. Well, it's one direction here at first. And still and always, we're breathing in and we're breathing out. Long and deliberate. Good, and then let's go the opposite direction. Keep on circling just the opposite way. Good, back to center. And we're going to move mostly like the bottom ribs. We're going to move forward and then back. So it's kind of like cat-cow, but in the sitting position. We do cat-cow a lot. I mean, we've done this many times. So we arch the back and look up. And then as we breathe out, we arch the back up, looking at the legs. Breathing in, ribs forward, breathing out, ribs tucking in, and moving with the breath. Again, the out breath is when we look down. Just keep breathing and keep moving. Ten more seconds, please. Good. Back to center. Show me the right hand with the shoulder down. Left hand grabs those fingers. We're going to pull back. Keep the shoulders as flat across as you can. And we're going to breathe, of course, here. Drawing it in and pushing it out. Good, let's switch. Left hand out, keep that shoulder down. Other hand grabs the fingers and we pull back and we breathe. Good, if anyone ever tells you to stand without using your hands, bring the feet in with the knees up, lean all the way forward, and then come up. And everybody, let's stand. I'm going to go way back here. And we're going to do right foot in the front. We're going to do warrior two. So just setting it up. No vinyasa tonight, no flow rather. And then arms out over the legs. Knee mostly over the ankle. Spine straight up the middle. Looking to the hand in the front at the fingers and breathing here. Good. Straighten the leg. We'll come back to this later, but turn the right toes into 45, the left toes straight out, and let's do warrior two on the other side. The shoulders down, holding the core a little bit, looking at the fingers in front of us. Good. Straight that leg again. We're going to pivot and do warrior two again on the right. Here it is. But now we're going to turn the right hand so the palm faces the ceiling. We're going to bring the left hand lightly on the back leg, and we're going to arch back, looking along the elbow, staring at the ceiling and breathing here. Good. Straight that leg again. Let's pivot again, doing warrior two with the left foot in the front. We'll hold here a moment. And then turn the left hand so the palm faces the ceiling, right hand on the leg. And we're going to arch back and look along the elbow up to the ceiling again. Good. Let's straight that leg. Turn both feet to run straight forward. We're going to reach straight up and then straight down with the arms underneath the shoulders, the fingers underneath the shoulders. You can stay right here, reaching your head down. You could put the palms flat on the mat. You could bring the feet further apart if it's real difficult, but just find a place right here and breathe. Good. Back up. Let's bring the feet together. Big toes touching, ankles apart. Let the knees fall together. Let's sit in chair. Let me go back. So it's not super deep, but it is straight up. And let's breathe here. Excellent. Let's sit back down, and we're going to sit for a long time now. We're going to have the left foot right out in front of us and the right leg bent. We are going to take the left hand. If you have a strap or a towel, if you can wrap it around the foot if you can't get the toes. Otherwise, see if you get the toes or grab your leg or your pants. We're going to breathe in as we reach up. We're going to breathe out as we fold it all down and back up, breathing in. Breathing out on the downward fold. And please, over and over. Excellent. Next time you're up, we're going to stay up, and we're going to look to the reaching right hand. Good. Let's switch. Right leg out, left foot in. You can push this knee down if it's kind of coming up for you. It may go down over time. Right on right, the leg is straight. With the breath, we're going to breathe in as we reach up. We breathe out and fold it down. Back up, breathing in. Back down, breathing out. Over and over again, please. Good. Back up and stay up. Look to the reaching hand. Good. Let's switch the legs again and do another version of this pose. So left on left again. Now, like extended side angle and like with the earlier pose, palm faces the sky, but we're going to stack it up real small here with the chest facing out and the stomach facing out, and then just reaching. You can come down for the foot and maybe get close, but make sure your shoulder is pulled back far enough to see the ceiling. And we'll breathe here. Good. Back up and let's switch so we can do the other side. Right leg out, right on right. Palm faces the ceiling. Up over again. We look up along the elbow to the ceiling. Breathe here. Make sure both the entire torso is facing out and away. And we breathe. Good. Back up. So, soles of the feet together. It's our Baddha Konasana sequence. We're going to take the left hand and grab the small toes and right hand on top, and we're going to sit up tall. You could butterfly the legs. Reach the top of your head to the ceiling. You want the back straight and the arms running down straight and the feet staying on the mat. You may have to play with how far out your feet are so you can get that to work for you. And let's just breathe here, sitting in Baddha Konasana A. I'm going to stay still. You can keep butterflying if you like. Breathing, of course. Good. And when you're ready, forward fold. We push the elbows against the legs. We fold our face to the feet or lengthen out, heart towards feet. And we just breathe here. Excellent. Back up. Those of you that want a vinyasa, please go ahead. The rest of us are going to reach the feet straight out, point the toes, hands behind us, fingers pointing towards the heels. And let's lift up in reverse plank. And we're going to hold here for a couple breaths today because I didn't do the other ones. Good. Back down. We're going to take the right foot and stick it underneath the left hip with the right knee pointing directly straight forward like an arrow. Left foot comes to the outside. We're going to take the right hand and grab the laces. You don't have to do this part and sit up tall if you're going to skip it, and then pull back and again sit up tall. You can push the knees down. You can reach the right arm up, bring it down the back and grabbing the elbow. And we're going to breathe here. Good. Let's go ahead and do the whole other side. So left heel underneath the right hip. Right foot comes around and you can grab that foot. You can also push into the mat and lift up. You push the knees down. Left arm up if you like. You could stay just holding the knees down. Head against the arm that is behind the head, breathing. Good. Those of you that want to do a full vinyasa, please go ahead. The rest of us are just going to put the legs out again, pointing the toes, fingers pointing towards the feet, hands on the ground behind you. Lift up, look at the ceiling. Good. And back down. Gently cross the legs, however that works for you. Hands on the shoulders, elbows pointing out. We're going to take a breath in on one side and then a breath out on the other side. Nice and simple. You could bring the hands out. You could bring them way out. That's a lot of leverage. Find a nice space. Put the out breath on whatever side seems tight to you. And then the in breath would just go on the opposite side. So I'm going out breath to the right. That's where I need it. You know what you need. Good. Take the right hand and put it on the left knee and put the left hand either right behind you, gently looking back, or the left hand can come all the way around, grabbing your shirt, your pocket, or your leg. Sit up real straight through the spine as we look back over the shoulder. Good. Let's come all the way over to the other side. Left hand grabs the right knee, right hand either behind you or coming all the way around if you want, grabbing the shirt, the pocket, or the leg, or whatever you can get a hold of there. And continue to breathe, even though we are twisting the lungs, it'll make the breathing a little bit difficult. Good, back around. Those of you that want a vinyasa, please do. The rest of us are going to come to hands and knees for the cat and the cow. Let's go way back. Knees are 2 fists apart, shoulders over the wrist, fingers forward today. And belly drops down as we breathe in and look up. We arch the back, breathing out. And moving with the breath, trying to keep the arms and legs still. Good, back to center. Look over the right shoulder and see the tail. And then on over to the other side, please. Good, back to center. Push yourself up. It's good to be on the toes unless you're really open in the back, then you can put the feet down flat. We're going to put the thumbs in the back with the fingers pointing towards the stomach. We're going to pull the elbows together and we're going to look up. Those of you that prefer can put the fingers on the shins. I'm not going to do that tonight, but you can do it. You can put the feet down. It's a longer reach. Let's breathe here. Good. Back down to hands and knees for more cat and cow. Great. Back to center. Look over the right shoulder. See the tail. Look over the left shoulder. Back to center. Step the right foot top of the mat. You can bring it up there a little further. Then we're going to reach the arms up like a funnel. And we're going to stay here with the hips hanging down, breathing in the nose. Let's twist. Left elbow outside of the right leg. Hands in prayer, pull in. Turn the fingers to the face. You could stay here with the knee down. You could roll back on the ball of the left foot. You don't have to. I'm going to stay here. I'm going to look at my foot on the ground. You could look up to where the elbow is pointing to the ceiling. Let's, of course, breathe. All right, let's step back for a moment and then do the other side. The left foot is stepping up. I'm going to reach the arms up again, let the hips hang down. We breathe here. Good. Twisting. Right elbow outside. Hands in prayer. Pull in towards the chest. Turn the fingers up to the face. Whatever you did on the other side, please go ahead and do that here and let's breathe. Good. Hands back down, back to hands and knees. We're going to do a similar pose in this series. We do it a lot of Fridays. We're stepping the right foot top of the mat again. Now the hands straight up, and we'll stay here again, letting the hips hang down and breathing. Good. Let's bring those hands right down on the inside. So we want the right hand right next to the right foot, left hand underneath the shoulder, keeping the leg locked against the right shoulder. You could put the elbows down if you want, or walk the hands forward and attempt that. Otherwise, let's just stay here looking at the floor and breathing. All righty, step that knee back, and then the opposite leg forward. Straight up with the arms again. Breathing. And right down on the inside again. Now we'll stay here. You could try to put the elbows down. You don't have to. I like to look at the floor. We'll breathe. Those of you that want to vinyasa, go ahead and vinyasa. The rest of us are going to sit down and we're going to do our core work. So we're going to start with the legs bent, and we're going to bring the arms under the legs, and we're going to roll back on the tail. You could let go. You could straighten the legs, pulling the hands of prayer to the third eye or to the toes. I'm keeping the legs bent. This is 1 of 5. And let's stay here. Good. Cross the legs, straight back, sitting up really tall. Good. Back up. 2 of 5. Cross the legs, sit up tall. And 3. Back up. Cross the legs, sit up tall. Let's take a moment. And 4. Back up. Cross the legs, sit up tall. And last one, number 5, back up. Great, go ahead, grab the shins, and we're gonna lay down So really put the forearms on the shins and bring your nose up to your knees so the lower back lifts off the ground a little bit. And we'll take a few breaths here. Good. Feet down. Feet and knees are 2 fists apart. We're going to thread the needle. You want the feet in so you can almost touch them with the finger for both of the poses we're going to do out of this. Reach the right leg up. Bring the right ankle down the left leg. Take the right hand, feed it through, grab the shin, other hand on top, lay back, and we're going to be here. Bring the toes towards the shins, rotate that right knee forward, and breathe. Good, let's put that down and then switch it. Left leg up, foot just down the inside a little bit. Left hand reaches through, we'll grab the shin right on top. We're gonna lay back again, bring the toes to the shins, we breathe. And feet back down. Feet and knees again, 2 fists apart. Longest finger almost touches the heel. We're going to lift the hips. As we lift the hips, tuck one shoulder then the other. Intertwine the fingers, push the arms down on the mat. You could do supported. You could do Urdhva Dhanurasana. And we're going to take a long hold here, just breathing. Good. Back down. If you have a strap or a belt or a piece of material, it'd be good to use now. And we're going to put left foot, left hand, and we're going to lay back with that foot straight up, laying flat down, keeping the right leg flat with the left leg up, holding. If you don't have a strap, just hold it right behind the calf, but just grab something, the towel, a t-shirt, whatever, and we'll stay here. And let that leg fall out to the left. As you reach and look to the right, and back up. Switching hands on the belt and over to the other side, reaching the left arm out, looking to the reaching left hand. And back up. Both hands up towards the heel, nose to the knee, and we're going to stay here. Great. Put that down. Let's do the other side. Right on right. And straight up. We're going to hold it here and breathe. Let that leg fall out to the right as you look to the left. Back up, switching hands so that the hip lifts up and then we look out to the right. Woo! Back up to center, both hands come up towards the heel, nose towards the knee. We're going to stay here. Good. So we're going to do a little bit of upside down work. I'm going to go to the wall and put my feet up the wall. You're welcome to do shoulder stand if you prefer. Just put your feet up on your couch just so your feet are above your heart. But I'm going to go way back on the wall and show you how I do it. And we'll stay here a little bit. So I lay down first and then feet up and then arms out and we stay here. If you're really comfortable, you can stay with your feet up the wall. Otherwise, bring yourself into a laying down position and get yourself as comfortable as possible. And we're going to take a real long lay down. So you can turn off your lights. You can put your rolled up mat on your spine if you like, or you can lay with the legs bent. Let's get as comfortable as you can. And we're going to stay here for about 8 minutes. I'm going to change the lighting. You can do the same. Alrighty, let's move the fingers and toes a little bit. And you could rotate at the wrists and the ankles. And we're going to reach the hands way over the top of the head, lengthening from the fingers to the toes and pulling your core down. Hopefully you're laying down. And then bring the knees up into your chest and roll yourself up to a seated position so we can finish this out together. Once sitting, bring the hands to the heart center and we're going to rub them together. Just a little bit of fire. Excellent. Let's reach all the way up. We're going to take a breath in as much as we can get. We're going to breathe in more. We're going to breathe in more. We're going to hold belly and legs tight. And then we're going to let it out. Thank you for all of us joining together tonight. You're living your dream. Don't miss it. Namaste. It's, well, everybody knows it's danieloverberger.com. Next week, I have to adjust the schedule a little bit. So if you're not on my mailing list, please get on. Thank you, Terry. Please get on the mailing list at danieloverberger.com. Just hit the get updates and all of that. And yeah, that's it. Let me stop the recording.